Hey guys, my name is Danish and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about this mouse. So this is the Logitech MX Master 2S. So let's just get started. So let's start out with talking about why this mouse exists. So this is one of the mice that started out the ergonomic way of thinking and making it so that you can have a comfortable grip on it while you're using and not have the issues of the carpal tunnel or the extension of your wrist, and reduce that as much as possible. So this is for those people who are power users and who want to have a reliable mouse that will last them a long time. So let's just start out with the specs. So this has a 4000 dpi sensor which can technically be used on glass, but I haven't tried it on glass, but for any other surface I've used it works fabulously. It does connect via a micro USB connector to charge, and I charge it once a while. I don't even count the number of days, but the website says it lasts for 2 months on a single charge, and I don't have any issues with following up with that itself and not really worrying about the battery because it lasts a long time. Even with me using it every day for 12 straight hours, it lasts me quite a while, and it's not that much of a hassle to use it while in charged mode, because when you connect it into the charging port you can still use the mouse, not like the Apple mouse which you have to connect here. Talking about connectivity, there is an on and off switch at the bottom, a switching button to switch through the 3 saved profiles that you can save for each individual device. On the top, the normal 2 clicky buttons, if you can hear that, nice and tactile click. The scroll wheel also has a feedback option which does give you feedback, but when you press this button on the top it goes into hyper scroll, so scrolling fluidly, seamlessly. Click of the button again, it stops. On the side we have 2 buttons that are programmed to be forward and back, and a horizontal scroll wheel which does help out in scrolling through timelines in DaVinci and Excel, which is a niche type of workload, but it is really helpful. And there is also the palm clicking gesture button which you can map to anything. I'll come back to that button in a bit. And nearly all of these secondary buttons are mappable through the Logitech Logi Options software. And if we go through the Logitech website, it talks about the mouse being a revolutionary multi-computer control flagship mouse is designed for power users and masters of their craft. Ooh, I feel fancy and want to get more done more efficiently. The MX Master 2S packs a punch with Logitech Flow, that is the Flow software that you can use to seamlessly use the mouse between 2 desktops and even copy small files when you're connected to the same network. And then they call the scroll wheel the hyper efficiency scrolling. The speed adaptive scroll wheel auto shifts from click to click to hyper fast scrolling, which is true. You can normally scroll it like this, and if you pull it a bit too hard it'll disengage the gears and make it so that it scrolls seamlessly, which is a good feature to have when you're scrolling Reddit or Twitter. And also they make a big deal about the hand sculpted for comfort, using shapes for your hand and using wood and all of that to model the mouse shape, which is a lot of show-offy stuff, but it actually is nice and grippy for my hand size. At least my hand is a medium to the larger side actually, and I can palm this mouse easily and be comfortable, and I usually palm it most of the time. But you can still go for the claw grip as well and use this mouse, but it is a bit heavier on the weight side. It is 145 grams and it is not the best for gaming if you are a pro gamer. And it also comes with a USB dongle which you cannot store inside because there is no openable hatch, because the battery is a sealed unit and a rechargeable unit and not a AAA cell. So the USB dongle is the 2.5 GHz RF signal, which I prefer, and I have connected it to my monitor somewhere in the included hub in the monitor over there, because over Bluetooth it does give you some sort of latency, because I have seen it and I have observed it during gaming. It does give me a bit of input lag, so the USB receiver makes that go away. So the sensor is pretty good. It's called the dark field high precision sensor with a nominal DPI of 1000 DPI, and it can be maxed out to 4000 DPI, and has a small battery of 500 milliamp hours, which can last you 2 months, which is pretty good. And I've enjoyed this device from about 2 years now. I bought it in June or July of 2019, and I have had nearly flawless use case other than one button, which is just this gesture button, which started giving me problems after prolonged usage on my Mac, because I used the gesture to swipe through the different desktops, and it stopped recording buttons and actually stopped the mouse from working. After a bit of googling, I found out that the button that gets pressed for the gesture gets stuck a bit, and you have to loosen 2 screws that hold the bracket for that, and the gesture button starts working again. I discovered that this year, and yeah, I just opened these 4 flaps, opened 4 screws, opened it out, loosened those screws by about half a turn for each, and the gesture button works anyway right now. But it is a known issue which I did not know when I bought the mouse, and it's something that you have to keep on loosening it from time to time, which I have gone and just disabled this button, and I just don't use it, and I use it as a thumb rest, as you can say. And these 2 buttons on the side are really clicky and tactile for the forward and back. I haven't changed them to other settings. There are many other options in Logitech options where you can remap the gesture, these 2 buttons, the scroll click, even the scroll wheel can be used to change volume and all other sorts of show the desktop and all of that options in the Logi option software. So yeah, this is a pretty good mouse. It has been with me for a long time, and my life cycle with mice technology has not been the most straightforward. So I started out with the typical HP PS2 mouse, if you can remember that from 10 years ago. I still have that. I went from that to my MacBook Pro's trackpad. Then from my MacBook Pro's trackpad, I went to a generic USB mouse, because I started doing more productive workloads and I really needed a physical mouse to work and also to play on. And then I went for the ultimate prosumer upgrade for the MX Master 2S, and I've recommended this mouse for so many people. And if you don't have the budget for this, this is currently going on Amazon for about 5,900 rupees, and its newer version, this sibling, the MX Master 3, also has launched, which is also a pretty great mouse. But at more than 9,000, I don't think I can recommend that mouse to anybody, and I can still recommend this. It is still a costly mouse, but it's a mouse that will last you a while and it will take care of you. And if you don't really have the budget for an MX Master 2S, there are many ergonomic mouses that are good enough, or at least help you enter into the ergo mouse category and have a comfortable palm workflow. You can also check out the Amazon Basics ergonomic mouse, which I recommended one of my cousins to get, and another one of my cousins did get the same MX Master 2S as me a couple of months ago, and he's also loving the mouse. And this one is pretty filthy, pretty dirty. Even though I clean it regularly, it still gets dirty because it gets used a lot, and it's really dusty here where I live. So yeah, those are all of my thoughts and impressions, and 2 years worth of usage with this mouse kept me engaged for all this while. And also, talking about gaming, I played 2 games: CSGO, City Skylines. City Skylines, the DPI doesn't really matter that much because it's not fast paced. CSGO is fast paced, and I can definitely feel an improvement while I started playing with this mouse. But that was probably the upgrade that I went from that laptop to this tower. Placebo effect might be there, but yeah, I guess those are my thoughts on the MX Master 2S. And if you have any questions you wanted to ask me about this mouse, you feel free to comment down below and I'll help answer your questions. If you like this video, give this video a like, subscribe to my channel for more of my videos, and click the bell icon to receive notifications. Follow me on my social media channels, which I have linked in the description below, and I will link these mice in the description below if you want to go check them out and buy them yourself. And as always, stay home, stay safe. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.